story, we are shown a girl named KD, who is trying to ask for a lift from someone on an unknown road, and the truck driver stops his truck after seeing KD, and KD sits in it. But as the truck moves ahead, the driver starts touching KD inappropriately, which KD understands that what the truck driver wants. So KD also starts flirting with him, and she removes all the clothes of the truck driver. Along with that, she removes his shoes and throws him out of the truck. And before he could do anything to the truck driver, she takes all his clothes and gets down from the truck and runs away, on which the truck driver gets very angry. Kathy sees the house from the hill, so she goes near that house, but the owner of that house was not there, so she sits outside the house and waits for him to come. After a while, the owner of this house comes, whose name is as follows, and he asks KD, "Who are you, and why have you come here?" But KD starts flirting with him, which he does not like at all. He starts to leave from here. He says to her that someone like you sits down to milk his cow, but KD doesn't go from there. Instead, she comes to him and starts drinking the raw milk of his cow. When Reddy starts asking about his family, he tells her that his wife left him 15 years ago, and she took both his daughters with her. After this, KD starts coming inside the house with her luggage, and she says something which makes him realize that KD is his daughter. At night, when both of them are having dinner together, he asks KD about her mother. Along with this, he asks her that why have you come here? So you tell Kedney Chess that to raise both of us sisters, our mother had relationships with many people, and when I was in this school, I fell in love with a boy who made me pregnant. So now I also have a 2-month-old child. So people of the society do not look at me with good eyes, due to which I had to leave my house. Like when KDP asks about her child, then she tells him that my child is with my sister. After hearing all this, KD is asked to leave from here, but after much pleading, she convinces him to stay. Now before going to sleep, when KD is changing her clothes, he seems to be looking at her shadow. Judge is unable to control himself, so he goes to the side window and starts looking. The next morning, KD goes to the place where Jai works as a mechanic at silver mines. On seeing KD, he breaks his silence and tells her that there is not as much silver in this mine as there used to be earlier. So, the digging work in this mine has been stopped. But the prisoner tells him that so much silver will definitely be found in this mine, that both of them can become rich. But he refuses to do so, because doing so would be equal to stealing. But she tells the prisoner that there is nothing wrong in extracting silver from this mine, because the son of the owner of this mine, whose name is Galaxy, has made me pregnant. But when I asked him to marry me, he refused. So as much as he has a right on this mine, my child also has an equal right on it, and I can go to any extent for my child. But Chess did not know how to steal, so he takes KD away from there by pulling her by her hand. So he takes KD to a church where KD's story is told to everyone through the father, but KD does not like this, so she gets up and runs away from there. Now he goes behind her to stop her, but by the time he could stop her, she had left from there. After this, he goes home and checks, but KD is not at home either. Next day, he's waiting for KD to come home. Then he sees that a boy comes to drop KD home in his car, so he asks KD about that boy. Then KD tells him that he is my friend's brother. KD gets angry about the church matter, so he comes to KD's room to convince her, and he tells KD that he will not do anything in future that she does not like. Along with this, he tells KD that she can stay here as long as she wants, but even then she does not agree. Then he tells her that they will dig in the mine from tomorrow. Hearing this, KD becomes happy and hugs him. Both of them were about to come close to each other, but he takes control of the desk and goes away from here. The next day, both of them together start digging in the mine. But even after working hard, both of them are not able to find silver, so both of them come home tired. Guest tells Guest that I have heated your water so you can go and take a bath. But Guest takes off all her clothes in front of him and goes inside the water. Then she asks him to massage her, on which Guest starts massaging her. But he tells her that I do not feel right doing all this because you are my daughter, and Guest tells him that before this I am also a woman. But still, Guest goes from here, which the prisoner does not like. The next day, both of them start digging in the mine again and find a lot of silver. But while digging in the mine, a man sees them. After this, both of them go to the market to sell the silver. Here KD says that till you come back after selling the silver, I will do some shopping. So she goes to a shop, but when he comes back after selling the silver, he does not find KD there, so he asks the shop owner about KD. Then the shop owner tells him that she has gone to the shop opposite. So as soon as he goes there, he sees KD dancing with a man, and after a while, KD starts going with that man, on which the shop owner stops her from doing so, and tells her that whatever you say, I will do the same with you. Hearing this, Teddy gets happy, but some men attack her, so to save the judge, KD also jumps into the fight. Due to which a police case is filed against them, and they are brought to the court, but the judge finds them and releases both of them. While going home, both Chess and KD are very happy. On reaching home, KD sees that she's going to meet her elder sister, JNU. She is very happy to see her sister. JNU has also brought KD's 2-month-old baby with her. KD starts showing her baby to Jai, but Jai is not at all interested in seeing it and he goes inside. But he does not stay angry with KD's baby for long, because when KD gives him her baby, he picks it up in his lap. He sees a red mark on the child's stomach and asks KD about it. Then she tells him that this mark is there on his stomach ever since he was born. This meant that it was his birthmark. So now Jenny tells KG that the father of this child, whose name is Bass, wants to marry her and is coming to meet her tomorrow. Hearing this, Jai gets angry the next day. Ponch comes to meet the prisoner, but at first the prisoner pretends to be angry, but later agrees and somehow he apologizes and asks to marry her daughter, so the judge also agrees. At night, when all these people are sitting and talking, the judge sees a truck coming towards him, so he takes the gun and goes out. A man named Mock gets out from inside the truck. Actually, Mob is the same man who has eloped with Jice's wife, but now he has brought his wife with him, because his wife is in her last moments and she wants to die among her family. At night, when Mob goes to Jice's wife's room to meet her, she attacks him, upon which Moke also attacks him, and she is killed in this attack. Everyone thinks that she has committed suicide, so her funeral is shown the next day, but just notices that everyone is here, but Mock has gone from here. He understands that he must have gone to dig in the silver mine, so he also goes after him. Here he sees that he is digging in the mobile, so he points the gun at him, but then he notices that the mark on KD's child's stomach is the same as on Moke's stomach. Seeing this, he understands that KD has lied to him. The father of his child is not Badshah, but Moke, so he shoots him. But before dying, we tell him that KD is not your daughter, but my daughter, and every boy born in our family has a similar mark on his stomach. After the death of Death, he goes to meet the family of the Eagle at his home and tells the family that KD's child is not of the Eagle, but of Death. Actually, Jas did not want KD to marry Boz because he had started liking her. The next day, KD was waiting for Boz to come for marriage. But even after waiting for a long time, the matter did not come to this. Now, as soon as KD starts thinking about it, then KD's foot slips and she falls, and for the first time both of them come close to each other, but while doing so, a man sees them. The next day, both of them are shown in the courtroom, because such a relationship between a father and a daughter is not considered legal. Guest tells the judge to scold the prisoner, that it was he who forced himself on the prisoner. Now the judge was about to sentence her, but then the prisoner could not control herself, and she told the judge that whatever happened between us happened with our consent. So now he tells the judge that the prisoner is not his daughter. And to prove this, he shows the birthmark on KD's son's stomach, because a similar birthmark was also on Mob's brother's stomach. Seeing the birthmark, the judge is convinced that KD is not the judge's daughter, so he is released. Outside the court, KD meets Boss, and he tells him that the judge himself had come to her house and told her that this child is not hers but Muka's. So KD comes to her father and tells him that for the better future of her child, she will have to go with Boz. Jazz also agrees to this, and KD leaves from here with the hawk and her child, and the movie ends with this scene. Friends, if you liked the video, then please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I will meet you in the next video.